Bad estimates don't just cost you jobs, they cost you money on the ones you win. I've watched guys bid jobs, win them, and then wonder where their profit went because they guessed instead of calculated. Let me show you how to actually estimate electrical work. Welcome back to Hardwired Trades. Today we're in the business side of electrical work, estimating. Whether you're running your own shop or you're an electrician who wants to understand how the numbers work, this is stuff that directly affects your paycheck. Let's break it down. Why estimating is so hard. Electrical estimating is difficult because jobs are variable. Unlike a plumber who's running pipe from point A to point B, electricians deal with complex load calculations, rough-in versus finish work, different wiring methods, and highly variable material costs. The guys who estimate well do it consistently because they have a system. The guys who struggle are winging it every time. The goal is to build your own system. And here's the honest truth about estimating errors. They almost always run in one direction. Contractors routinely underestimate, not overestimate. The reasons are psychological. We want to win the job, so we're optimistic about how fast we can do it, we forget about complications, and we don't build in enough cushion for the unexpected. A good estimating system forces you to be honest with yourself. Think about the last job that cost you money. Was it because you charged too much? Almost certainly not. It was because you missed something in the estimate, hit an unexpected complication, or the job took twice as long as you planned. That's the pattern. A systematic approach is the only way to break it. The two components of every estimate. Every electrical bid has two parts, labor and material. Labor is your time. How many hours will this job take, multiplied by your hourly labor rate, including burden, taxes, insurance, workers' comp. Material is the cost of everything you're installing, wire, devices, breakers, panels, conduit, fittings, fixtures, plus your markup. Both need to be calculated. Both need to have margin built in. Neither should be guessed. Step 1. Do a real takeoff. A takeoff is the process of going through the plans or the scope of work and counting every single item you need to install. Don't estimate from memory. Count it. How many outlets? How many circuits? How many feet of wire for each circuit? What size wire? How many breakers? What panel? How many slots? Any special equipment? EV charger, sub-panel, disconnect. How many lights, fans, fixtures? Write it all down. This is the foundation. If you miss something in the takeoff, you're eating the cost later. On larger jobs, do the takeoff twice. A second pass catches things you missed the first time. It sounds redundant, but a missed $2,000 item on a bid is a painful lesson that makes you do the second pass every time. I've had guys on my crew catch a sub-panel, a conduit run through a concrete wall, or 20 extra feet of wire that wasn't on the first pass. Every single one of those misses would have come out of the profit. Step 2. Calculate your material cost. Take your takeoff list and price every item. You should have a pricing source you can reference, your supply house price list or pricing software. Don't use Amazon or Home Depot. Use your actual supply house prices. Add up the total material cost. Then add your material markup. Most electrical contractors mark up materials anywhere from 20 to 40%, depending on their market and job type. That markup covers the time you spent sourcing it, carrying it, and the risk of price changes. One important note on material costs. Copper prices fluctuate significantly. Check current wire pricing before submitting a bid on any large job. A bid based on last month's copper price can be significantly off if the market moved. I've seen copper prices swing 15 to 20% in a matter of weeks during periods of market volatility. For a job with $5,000 in wire, that's a $751,000 miss. Build in a current pricing check as part of every bid. Step 3. Calculate your labor hours. This is where most contractors struggle because it requires you to know or estimate how long each type of work actually takes. Experienced estimators use labor units, a standardized amount of time assigned to each task. For example, installing one duplex outlet might be 0.75 hours. Running and terminating a 20-amp circuit might be 2.5 hours. Installing a 200-amp panel might be 8 hours. You build these numbers from your own experience over time. Or you start with a reference. Books like Means Electrical Cost Data or software like Electrical Estimating by McCormick Systems give you starting unit values that you adjust for your own crew's efficiency. Track your actual hours on every job. Keep a log. After 6 months, you'll have your own labor unit data built from real jobs in your market with your crew. That data is more valuable than any published table because it reflects your actual productivity. Total your labor hours, then multiply by your fully burdened hourly rate. That's the actual cost of the labor. Then you add your profit margin on top. Step 4. Add overhead and profit. Your estimate isn't complete until it covers overhead, your share of business costs, truck payments, insurance, office expenses, phone, tools, spread across your jobs. If you're a one-man shop doing $300K a year in revenue and your overhead is $60K, that's 20% overhead on every job. Profit. What's left after costs that you actually take home or reinvest in the business? Industry standard is 10 to 15% net profit for healthy contractors. If your estimate doesn't include overhead and profit as separate line items, you're fooling yourself. Labor cost plus material cost equals break even. That's not a business. That's working for free. A lot of new contractors forget this because when they were employees, overhead and profit were the employer's problem. When you go out on your own, it becomes your problem. Every estimate needs to generate enough to cover your costs, your overhead, and leave something over. If it doesn't, you're going backwards. Common estimating mistakes. Forgetting permit costs. Pull them into your estimate. They're real costs. Underestimating travel time and material runs. Not accounting for difficult conditions. Concrete walls, high ceilings, limited access. Using last year's material prices. Copper especially fluctuates. Not building in a contingency for unknowns, especially on older buildings. A good rule of thumb, add 10 to 15% contingency on any job in a building older than 30 years. You will find surprises. They will cost you time and money. The contingency absorbs them without eating your profit. On any job where you're opening walls or ceilings in an old building, you have no idea what you're going to find until you're in there. Budget for that reality. Estimating software. As you grow, manual spreadsheet estimating gets slow. Tools like Electrical Estimating by McCormick, Procore, or even a well-built Excel template can speed up the process and reduce errors. Some contractors swear by physical estimate books, others use software. Either works as long as the system is consistent and complete. The goal is to get to a point where you can produce an accurate estimate in 20 to 30 minutes for standard residential work. That speed comes from having your labor units memorized, your material prices current, and your template ready to fill in. The first few estimates take longer. Don't rush them. Get accurate. Speed comes with repetition. That's the foundation of electrical estimating. Build your system, stick to it, and refine it with every job you do. If you're running your own shop and want more on the business side of electrical work, subscribe to Hardwired Trades. We cover it all. Drop a comment with your biggest estimating challenge, and I'll try to address it.